Good evening, everyone. Today I want to talk about something we all need at some point in our lives, a comeback. You see, life isn't just about moving forward all the time. Sometimes life knocks you down. It pushes you back. It tests you, challenges you, and leaves you wondering if you've got what it takes to get back up again. But let me tell you something tonight. The size of the setback doesn't matter. What matters is the strength of the comeback. You may be sitting here today feeling like life has thrown everything it has at you. Maybe you've lost something important to you. Maybe it's an opportunity, a dream, a relationship, your health, or maybe even your hope. And when you're at that low point, it can feel like you've lost it all. But understand this, your comeback starts the moment you decide it's not over. Comebacks don't just happen by accident. No, they happen when you make a choice. You have to choose to rise. You have to choose to say, I'm not staying down here. I'm not staying defeated. This setback will not define me. And that choice, that simple decision, is the most powerful thing you can do when everything around you feels like it's crumbling. But let me be honest with you. A comeback isn't easy. It takes grit. It takes resilience. It takes the kind of faith that doesn't always make sense, the kind of belief in yourself that doesn't come from what you see around you, but from something deeper, something stronger. It takes the understanding that the greatest victories in life are born from the greatest struggles. When I say let's make the biggest comeback, I'm not talking about small victories. I'm talking about life-changing transformations. I'm talking about rising from the ashes like a phoenix and turning your lowest moments into the greatest testimony of your strength and determination. And that starts with your mindset. Listen to me, if you want to make the biggest comeback, you've got to change the way you think about failure, because failure is not final. Failure is not fatal. In fact, failure is a part of the process. Failure is a teacher, not an enemy. So if you're sitting there counting all the ways you've fallen short, thinking about all the things that didn't work out, I want you to stop. I want you to stop beating yourself up. Stop thinking you're not good enough. You are more than your failures. You are more than your mistakes, and you are more than your setbacks. Let's talk about what happens when you make that decision, the decision to come back stronger. It's not a decision you make once. It's a decision you make every single day. When you wake up in the morning and the weight of the world is still on your shoulders. When the voices in your head tell you to quit. When the world tells you it's impossible, you've got to choose again. You've got to choose to fight. You've got to choose to believe. You've got to choose to rise. You've got to tell yourself, I will not stay down. Do you know what makes a comeback so powerful? It's not just about getting back to where you were. No, it's about surpassing that. It's about redefining your limits. It's about proving to yourself that what once seemed impossible is now within your reach. It's about turning the impossible into the inevitable. We love comeback stories because they show us something about the human spirit. They show us what we are truly capable of when we refuse to give up, when we refuse to let circumstances control us, and when we refuse to be defined by the things that try to break us. But here's the key. No one's going to write your comeback story for you. No one's going to pick you up and carry you across the finish line. That's up to you. That's your job. And let me tell you, you've got everything you need to do it. You might be thinking, I don't know how to start. I've been down too long. I've lost too much. But let me remind you, the greatest comebacks start with the smallest steps. It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter how far you've fallen. The only thing that matters is that you take that first step, one step, then another. And another. Because once you start moving, once you start climbing, the momentum begins to build. And before you know it, you'll be standing at the top of that mountain you thought you could never climb. It's not about speed. It's about perseverance. It's about consistency. It's about showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when you don't see the results right away. Because I promise you this, if you stay the course, if you keep pushing, if you refuse to give up, your comeback will come. And when it does, oh, when it does, it will be glorious. It will be worth every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt. It will be the story that you look back on and say, that's when everything changed. That's when I became the person I was meant to be. That's when I realized what I was truly capable of. But don't just make this about you, because the truth is, your comeback isn't just for you. Your comeback will inspire others. When you rise, when you push through, when you break through those barriers, you'll show someone else that they can do the same. You'll become a light for someone who's still in the dark. You'll become the proof that it's possible. And that's the beautiful thing about comebacks. They don't just change your life, they change the lives of everyone around you. So when you're pushing through, when you're fighting to rise, remember that you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for everyone who will one day look at you and say, because they didn't give up, I won't either. So tonight I'm asking you, are you ready to make the biggest comeback of your life? Are you ready to rise above the challenges, the doubts, the fears, and show the world what you're made of? Or are you ready to take that first step, no matter how hard it may seem? I believe in you. I believe in your strength. I believe in your resilience. I believe in your power to make a comeback that will leave the world in awe. So let's not wait any longer. Let's make the biggest comeback starting now, Thank you.